If you're skeptical and you're watching this and you screen print and you're thinking, oh, the heat transfer vinyl doesn't really work that well, you're wrong again.
You better get your sports straight. You better get your sports straight. Look it up. Google it, fool. Google it.
Welcome back to a new video.
We're out here today. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yo, don't hate the player, hate the game.
You know what today is? Today is Monday, so you know what that means. It's another Monday Madness. Alright, here's what we got going on today. Today we're gonna do a hooded sweatshirt. Already have the sweatshirt lined up, ready to go. The heat press is turned on. I'm just waiting to cut out the graphic, and I'm the one that's supposed to be cutting out the graphic, so we're gonna go over to the table and I'm gonna show you how to cut out the graphic. You're thinking to yourself, whoa, you're cutting out graphics, you're not screen printing graphics? Out here we do it a completely different way. Screen printing, yeah, back in the day, but this is more efficient. I've done tests, I've done the research, I've done up to 50 t-shirts this way. Even though they try to say screen printing is the standard or the whatever it's called, in the thing, but 95% of the time I do heat transfer vinyl, and 95% of the time I know that it's worked out, and 95% of the time I know it's gonna outlast a screen printed garment. People out there are gonna be skeptical and try to tell you that screen printing is the way to go. Before I got into this heat transfer vinyl and doing all these things, I used to do the graphics and I used to do screen printing. So back there, if you're new to the channel, you should hit subscribe, because I have a studio, not a studio setup, but a couch and a setup behind you that I talk briefly about what's going on and what we did. So back behind you used to be a screen printing setup, but I figured out I could cut out, well, I've already done this way, but now I'm trying to go against the grain and show that heat transfer vinyl, you can make up to 50 to 100 t-shirts and super detailed, fine detailed stuff. So that's what we're doing today, is a fine detailed graphic. Back in the day, I was making my skateboards. I was into, at the time, when I was doing the skateboard graphics, I was into like zombie pinup girls. So today, just because I was doing the zombie pinup girls, I'm gonna do a fine detailed zombie pinup for the back and a little Forever Crusaders chest hip for the front. If you're skeptical and you're watching this and you screen print and you're thinking, oh, the heat transfer vinyl doesn't really work that well, you're wrong again. Think again. You think long, you think wrong. Write that down in your notebook right now.
You think long, you think
As you can see in the back, I have the newest machine, the Cameo 4. It has the rollers to hold your vinyl so there's no more slippage. It works out perfect. I haven't cut out heat transfer vinyl on it yet, so today is the first day that I'm gonna cut out heat transfer vinyl. I've done a bunch of stickers, so we're gonna get into this very detailed, what I would, back in the day I would think, well, I gotta do this for screen printing, because the heat transfer vinyl, my old machine, I don't think it could cut this out because it's so detailed. Here's the zombie pinup girl for the back, and here's what I'm gonna do for the front. It's like stacked on each other. I stacked them up and it looks pretty cool, and it's supposed to be shifted that way, and it's gonna be for the chest print, like a pocket print, and that's gonna be for the back. See how detailed that is? Back in the day, I would think you couldn't do that. It helps before you start cutting and figuring out why your machine is not working, to plug it into your computer. So as we wait for this thing to cut out, I didn't know, because maybe it's just a new feature on there, or I just never really gone to the advanced settings into my cutter. Because it's such a fine detailed image, I had it cut from the outside in. That makes sense. So when I'm cutting it out, it's cutting out the outside, and then the cutter's going on, and it goes on in the inside. And I deleted some of the detail, so it's not so it's detailed, but it's not as detailed as it could be, because it's a zombie girl, and the zombie, looks like it's ripped up and all that stuff. It still looks ripped up. You'll see what it is. It's super dope. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you should be, because this is actually basically the same image that were on the skateboards. gotta work. We had technical difficulties. My batteries died, and then I had a rat come in over here. I had to stop everything and fix it. So I had a rat. There was noises in the wall. So I was standing over here doing my thing for the t-shirt, and I'm standing here and I hear this noise in the wall, and I'm standing there and I hear it. And I hear it crawling, and I hear it crawling. Then I grabbed the BB gun, or last time I think it was a BB gun or the hammer, and I just start hitting the wall like this. And then last time nothing came out, but this time I was really quiet and I stood here, and this stupid rat bastard, it was really the rat bastard. I gotta throw this away because the unit to keep it cold, or keep it warm or whatever, the motor inside there, when it turns on, it is warm a little bit. So they went in there and chewed up the wires, and now I don't want to use this anymore to throw it away. And I feel kind of like, man, that sucks, because we were keeping beer in here, or my uncle would keep beer in here. So I have to throw this away because they were in there chewing up all the wires. There was a hole back there. Long story short, there was a hole back there. So I had to go get some poison, throw it in the hole, and then I took a piece of wood and boarded up the hole. Look at how sick this turned out. I don't know if you can see the cuts, but now we're gonna weed it out, and this one's gonna be dope. Look how dope this turned out. It's gonna look pretty sick on the back of the sweatshirt. I already have a heat transfer pillow in here just because I always put the heat transfer pillow in all of my garments. It just gives it a nice feel. So we got it pretty much square. I put it down lower than I normally would, like right at the edge, just because I've noticed when I do some of these, the hood covers over it, but that's okay with me because I'm the type of person to actually always wear my hood when I'm doing things outside or whatever, walking around. And we're gonna press it down for about 15 seconds and then peel it up and see what it looks like. In there like swimwear. Look at that. Clean. I'm gonna hit it one more time just to give it. Oh man, that looks fresh. I'm gonna show you the image up close and personal here in a second, but I'm gonna hit it one more time just because to give it gives it a nice feel. That's why I like using this is actually a cold peel, but I rip it off hot peel anyway. But once I hit it another time, it just gives it a nice screen printed feel. Like this one right here. Feel it? Well, you can't feel it. I can feel it, but it just gives it a nice screen printed feel. And that's why I forget what type of vinyl this is. I forget the brand, but that's why I like using this brand over some other brands, because this brand gives it screen printing feel all the way. I think I say that every single time, but second time I don't press it all the way down. I just hold it down and let it do its thing, and then we're gonna take it off the press, and then we're gonna talk about it. How dope is this? So this is how it turned out. The front got the chest print hit right here, or pocket print, whatever you want to call it, because there would be a pocket right here. But look how dope that is. It's some type of ill looking graphic, like horror style graphic, or whatever you want to call it. That font is dope. I got it to match the back of this. The back of this turned out better than I thought it would. I had a skateboard with the same graphic on it. I forgot that I had this graphic on my computer. I had it sent out a while back, what was it, last October? A year ago or so, more than a year ago. I was skating skateboards with the same graphic. It was dope. The graphic on the sweatshirt is dope. The heat transfer vinyl is the illest. I'm gonna look for what the heat transfer vinyl is called. I don't have the box. I always throw the boxes away or burn the boxes in my or I put it in my wood stove and I burn it. But the heat transfer vinyl is a cold peel, but I don't wait for it to cool down to peel it off. I just peel it off anyway, and it just gives it a nice hand soft. You can't tell that it was heat transfer vinyl, or you couldn't tell that if it was screen printed. So a little bit about why I said I'm going to be taking over the whole not take over, but I'm going to itch my way in there and show people crafting world of the YouTube side how to step their game up. See, I'm not trying to bash on anybody or anything, but I'm just saying, who else is the crafter out there? Like, I want to know if you have a video like explaining, like if you have a video showing me like what I'm about to say, leave it down in the comments and let me know. So let me get a crafter out here that produces their own music and makes their own beats and puts their own beats to their own montages. Who has, you know, some of those crafters out there, this is my third time talking about this, some of those crafters videos are horrible. Like, I get that you use your phone, but when you're on YouTube, don't shoot your stuff vertical like you're on Instagram. Shoot your stuff, you know, landscape mode, because like me or 97% of the people that watch YouTube, I don't know how you watch it, but me 100% of the time, I watch it on my TV. It's taken a while to do this video because we had some interruptions, batteries dying, stuff coming out here. This is my second time actually talking about this because my uncle came out here and scared me to half to death. Not really half to death, but startled me. Whoa. You scared the shit out of me. Alright, when I was saying I'm wearing the sweatshirt, turned out really good. The back print turned out perfect. You saw it earlier. This turned out magnificent. It's supposed to have that off-centered wavy look because it's supposed to look like zombie, like the back zombie. So, like I was saying before, this took 3 days to do. I don't understand. Totally the glitches, everything, batteries, whatever, rat, you know, stuff happens sometimes when you're doing these videos. But I just want to say that they call it the niche or whatever for the Monday Madness videos. I put a lot of time, effort, and thought into these videos. I just don't turn on the camera and start recording. I have a book. I write down ideas. I write a list of things that I need to get done throughout the week and throughout the day and get this stuff done, because I am out here creating a business and I do sell this stuff on the website. I have 2 websites now. I own 2 things now. So I own Forever Crusaders, that name and that website. I own that. I created a new website. I'm still working on it. I'm uploading, making stuff behind the scenes and uploading the stuff for that website, and that's going to be completely different other than the skateboarding and streetwear and all this other stuff that I'm doing. So what I was saying about taking over, other than having the 2 websites and creating an e-commerce store and doing all these things, I put time and effort into these videos through the editing, through the music. You know, who out there is the crafter? I don't see no crafters or whatever they call themselves, the people that are doing t-shirts and sweatshirts and all this stuff. They don't produce their own music. I'm just saying, you know, they set up the camera and start rambling. It's good information, but you know, go back and actually chop it up and edit it and make it into a movie. We're out here making a movie. You got to think of turning the camera on. Yeah, you put on a show, or you're trying to show something with your creativity. You know, make it like a movie. That's all I'm saying. You know, I feel like when I do these things, I feel like it's a movie. I'm making a movie. I got lighting behind me. You know, I color grade these things. I put time and effort into these things. So that's what it's just that's the filmmaker and the editing and making actual production out of these things. That's just me doing like the movie side of things. That's what's coming out right now, is that we get that you're really good at what you're doing, but your camera angles and put music and like make a montage of what you're doing. So like instead of like having 45-minute video on showing how to sublimate onto a coffee mug, chop that stuff down to 10 minutes, 8 minutes, even try to get it down to 5 minutes. It depends on what you're showing. You have 20 minutes, okay, of a video, and you're talking about sublimating a coffee cup. You're going through the steps. 10-12 minutes of just dead silence of you saying nothing and trying to figure it out. Okay, we get that you're really good at sublimating the coffee cups. I get information from it all the time. Tumblers and all that stuff, and the t-shirts is what I'm about to start doing, sublimating the t-shirts and doing more stuff like that. But you know, cut that 10 to 12 minutes of dead space of doing nothing out, you know, and chop up the breaths. So I have thought processes when I'm doing these things. I don't keep the thoughts in there. So when I'm talking, you know, there's not this seventh heaven thing of like, how are you doing? So I just want to say thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and I hope, you know, I'm not saying that I'm the best out. I'm just saying that I'm trying to get in there with my creativity through the camera, through the t-shirts, and soon to be sublimation. It's coming soon. So again, we're out here Monday and Friday. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, because literally it has really been a Monday madness. Sneezy.